We have a couple people watching. Welcome to 504 Road Trips. And now we have nobody watching. We're going to get underway in just a second. Welcome to 504 Road Trips. Hopefully we're getting out. We're in front of an abandoned carpet place right now. And a Tom Thumb gas station. And we're in or near Perdido, Key, Florida. And we'll be back on the road in just a minute. So who's with us? If you can hear me, send a chat. Hey, Angel Pookie from Ohio. We're going to be getting on the road in just a minute. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Right now we're just burning gas. So Perdido, Key, Florida is a lot of high-rise condominiums. And behind us, as you can see in the mirror there, is the beach. Unfortunately, you can't really see the water from the road. I guess you have to be up on the top of one of those condominium buildings to be able to really see the water, or you got to get out on the beach. And it's kind of cold here, so we're not going to do that. It's not really cold. It's 51 degrees. So if y'all just bear with us, we'll be getting underway in a few minutes. Right now, I'm going to try to share the live stream on social media. Sorry, I'm trying to do this left-handed while I hold the camera with the other hand. Carrie went into the store to get something to drink. And it's taken forever for some reason. Let's see, live chat. Well, for the two of you watching, thanks for sticking with us. Sorry about the delay. Let's see what's around us. Gas is kind of expensive here. It's $2.36 a gallon for regular and $2.96 for super. We saw gas as cheap as $1.93 a gallon in Gulfport, Mississippi. Hopefully we'll be able to hold out until Gulfport to fill up again. Sorry guys, I didn't expect it to take 10 minutes. Otherwise I would have waited to start this. And there she is.
Sorry it took me so long.
That's all right.
I got.
We have 3 people watching.
Already?
Yep. Well, it's been on 10 minutes.
Okay. I got that.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Because we'll both be able to use that
charges.
soon.
Okay, cool.
Krispy Kreme. Here's a raspberry a raspberry filled glazed donut. I thought that was the closest to what you would like.
Yep.
And here's my chocolate one. And here's on this. And I got this. And she checked it for me with her iPhone and it worked.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's good. And here's this.
Thank you.
And then these were buy 2 get 1 free. So
okay.
I know you like Reese's stuff. And I got this. So,
alrighty, well, let's get underway.
Roll. Sorry it took so long. They were very, very friendly in there. I've never gotten good customer service like that in a convenience store.
This is Florida. So we got Roadway Wiz wants to know why we're parked in front of a carpet cleaning place, and it's an abandoned carpet cleaning place. We stopped to switch places so Carrie could drive and so that I could film, and this is just where we happened to park. And we're about to get underway. So we're going to be driving the Florida barrier island, actually, along the coast to, I guess, Foley, Alabama, or somewhere in that vicinity. And it's a drive I've never made before. I've seen it on Google Street View. But
I have made it. It's beautiful.
lots of condominiums here, condo towers. So I don't think we're actually gonna get to see the beach.
But we do get to see how the other half lives. So they live behind walls.
Yeah, so we came down to Gulf Breeze, Florida. We saw a thing that, if anybody's not familiar with Dan Bell, he has a YouTube channel called This Is Dan Bell, and he is a filmmaker. He's not just a regular YouTube vlogger, he's a filmmaker, and he has done, over the years, abandoned urban exploration, and more recently he's gotten into a series called Another Dirty Room, where they check into these really, really bad motels and take the rooms apart to find the bed bugs and all sorts of disgusting things, and it's become a real big hit on YouTube. And Dan put up a thing on Facebook a couple of weeks ago saying that he was going to be in Gulf Breeze, Florida, which is a UFO hotspot. Back in 1987, a guy published a photograph of what he claimed to be a flying saucer, and later it was debunked and turned out that he had built a model and double exposed a Polaroid.
In Alabama now.
Oh, we just crossed in Alabama.
We're at Orange Beach.
So anyway, this guy had double exposed a Polaroid and with a fake flying saucer, and but there was a lot of media coverage about that, and all these people started coming out to this shoreline park watching for UFOs, and a lot of people claim they saw stuff, and I don't know whether it was mass hysteria or whether they were actually seeing things that they just didn't understand what they were looking at, or whether there was visitors from outer space. But they you know, it's considered to be a UFO hotspot. So he puts up a thing saying that he's going to be at Shoreline Park in Gulf Breeze, Florida, and anybody wants to come out and join him. He was going to be making some videos, and so we drove out. We decided to come out and see him, and when we got there, it was raining, and there was about a 40-mile-an-hour wind coming off of the water. Hey, beautiful Rust from Virginia. How you doing? So Dan, you know, we had about 6 people there, and he said, well, let's go back to my Airbnb and have drinks because it's cold and wet out here. And then another 6 or so people showed up, so we decided on a bar and grill instead. And we met a lot of nice people and hung out with Dan Bell last night till about 11 o'clock.
It was a great time.
It was a really good experience, and for somebody who is, you know, he's become a minor celebrity. He's a really down-to-earth guy, really personable, and
Go walk down to the beach.
no, I don't want to get out of the car.
I mean,
It's cold.
I would. I'm wearing a hoodie.
Oh, if you want to.
Okay.
I mean, you can turn here.
Guys, there's a policeman, so I'm going to do this very, you know, with the proper signaling, and go up here. I'm gonna, I don't know if any of you guys noticed, there was the Alabama policeman of some sort just sitting there, and I'm going to just come down here.
I think you can probably go drive down under the bridge and go to the beach.
Yeah,
keep going straight.
Maybe you're right. We'll find out. You guys are gonna come with us.
We don't have any slippery roads here because they're dry. Where are you at, Wellington Lopez?
Look.
I know there's some serious winter weather coming in not too far north of here.
Here we go.
And how are things up in New York, Roadway Whiz?
Okay, I will. If you want, I will walk down.
You gonna go take a walk?
Yeah.
All right, we'll just pull into a spot.
Yeah, because there's a path up there.
Oh, Elizabeth, New Jersey. I bet it is cold up there.
It is only 51 degrees here, so it's
51 degrees is cold for us. It'd probably be warm to them. There you
okay,
go.
guys. It's gonna be just Carrie for a little bit, because I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm gonna take you guys for a walk down to walk down this trail here and through this little lake of water here. But just walk down to the beach so that you can see what the beach looks like. This is they consider this Gulf Shores beach because we're in Alabama. This sand that you see, they say that it is the whitest sand in the country, and it is actually made out of quartz mostly. It is rock that has come from the Appalachian Mountains and flowed down the various rivers over, decades and millennia, and went from rocks into sand, into dirt, and it ended up here. And this is a beautiful beach all the time. It's much better when you have a bathing suit and you can actually go in the water. My sister and I did a few years ago, and you could actually go in the water. Yeah, it's a long walk, and I'm just gonna go up to the pier just so that you guys can see the water, the Gulf. The water is clear. You can be I'm 5'8", my sister's 6 feet tall, and you can stand you guys are funny. But you can stand in the water and have the water be up to your neck and still see your toes. And I had never ever seen that before. Listen to me pant. I'm like way out of shape. But walking in sand is kind of difficult. And that's what this is, or sand. We have, grass, more condos. But this is a state park, I think a wildlife reserve of some sort. And, it's protected. I think they have some sort of birds that nest out here and everything. And they don't want people to cross over and interfere with the birds or anything else like that. Oh, let me tell you what I was doing that took so long at the gas station. I have never gotten such friendly service at a gas station, and I really do mean that. As y'all know, here we come to the beach. I am an impulse shopper. Horrible. And my iPhone, if you have an iPhone, you all can relate. The cable, they always fail. And right now, the one that I'm using is fixed with epoxy and Teflon tape over it. I'm glad you guys like the view. Yeah, look at the waves coming in. That's really cool. See, when my sister and I were here, the waves were very, it was almost calm, but there was a storm rolling in, but it hadn't gotten windy yet. So we just stayed. The water during the summer, I want to say this was late August that we were here. The water is literally, you walk into it, usually you think you'd go into the water to cool off, but you're actually seeing, or rather the water is like a bathtub, literally. It's in the upper 90s, the temperature. That's one of the things that they show on the Weather Channel app, or they used to before it started to suck. And it would show, or the news does too. I forgot the what. Jeez. Oh, Carrie. Yeah, I'm Carrie. Anyway, they on the weather reports, at least I know in Mississippi, they would always tell you, the tides. The tide is out right now, as you can see, looking down here. This is the water line. The water line comes up to here when tide was out or in, and it's out now. And the way the waves are coming, I think it's going to be coming back in pretty soon. But yeah, this is the beach, and you can't tell because it is so. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump in to the water, but I bet this is what keeps the temperature down here. This is actually, the water is what kind of moderates the temperature around here, Yeah, it is. It's supposed to storm pretty much all day. So, but this is what I'm looking at. There's some condos that they are building over there, and yeah, here's the water. And I was hoping there'd be like some seashells, but the tide went out there. So, oh well. All right, we're gonna walk back, and I'm gonna try to. Look at this guy walking back. I'll try to walk back a little bit faster, and I don't know. I will tell you some other stories, like the beach in Gulfport, Mississippi. Don't go in it. It's just bad. You can't see your feet if you're standing in a foot of water. There likely is still Katrina debris in there. And my sister, and this was before Katrina, my sister actually stepped on a piece of glass, and it cut her heel so badly that she needed to have stitches. Gosh, I can't even find any seashells that are worthy of picking up. So I guess here we go. Here's the only person that's walked on this bridge today. My lone set of footprints. And pardon my sniffling. It's quite brisk out here. I could have worn a bit of a heavier jacket, but I didn't want to be too hot in the car. So, and thank you for joining us, of course, everybody. And you'll get to, I'm going to be driving today. Well, see, actually, I'm going to be driving, so the camera work will be much better than it normally is when I'm running the camera, like it was in Houston after, on my IKEA rant. I'm looking around and you can see down here there are pieces of the pier, and they've probably rebuilt this over and over again after storms, and the pieces are just still here. You'll go, there's not another person on the beach anywhere. Cool. No, it's cold. See, I see a really nice seashell down there, but I'm not going to jump the fence to get it because, well, I guess that could be like my exploration. Look at me, I'm jumping the fence from the pier. And if any of you guys are on Facebook, on our Facebook group page, facebook.com/504 road trips, I believe is the name. You guys got to actually see what we look like. And because we were with Dan and we're taking, a bunch of group pictures. He took pictures on a Polaroid camera with everybody, and then he autographed those, and we got to keep that. And then the picture that we put up was taken on my iPhone. And Jason, I've been thinking, where the heck are we gonna travel to next? I think we should go to Miami. I bet it's at least in the 60s there. Okay. This is a workout. I see the car, that means I'm getting close. There's actually little flowers out there blooming. That's North Dakota. Oh God. We were planning on we went there for Thanksgiving. The year I had my accident, 2015. And we somehow found a good, we somehow found a decent flight up there. But now there's only one airline that goes there. And we'd have to still go to Bismarck, rent a car, and drive the rest of the way to my home, which is fine because then we'd have a car. But, my dad always lets us use his, and he has a Yukon Denali. Oh, seashells. Jason's gonna be mad at me, but I'm picking some seashells up. Look at these are cute. Sorry about that, guy. I don't know if there's even, I wonder if there is a way to get to Alaska. I would love to drive up there it might take, a month. But we'd have to get passports first. We'd have to go to Canada, and I'd have to relearn my old accent, eh? It was kind of funny when we got back from North Dakota after we went up there. It was like I spoke just like my dad. My neutral accent that I kind of have now it became the "what country are you from" accent that is, my accent that I had before. So here we are back at the car. Oh, and it's gonna be warm in here. All right. Yeah. Here you go. Thank you for tolerating my
Alrighty. Yeah, the community feature is something new that we just got about 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know what the requirement is to have it, but
the pop machine over there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's plugged in.
Probably doesn't need to be today.
So yeah, we were talking about going to North Dakota for Mardi Gras though.
Let's see.
Because go back the way we came, I think. Oh wait, one way. Yeah, no, go this way, I guess. You're gonna have to make a U-turn.
Okay.
Yeah, we get 5 days off pretty much in a row for Mardi Gras if we take the Friday through the Tuesday. So we may very well end up going on a long trip for that. Last year we were both sick with the flu, so we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
The only problem is that Mardi Gras is kind of early this year and it's still kind of cold.
Actually, the time that Mardi Gras is actually historically the coldest part of the year in North Dakota. All right.
So this is Gulf State Park, Alabama Point East, public beach access.
Which we are now exiting, and we are gonna cross the big bridge that we just drove under. And y'all saw, when I was walking back from the beach. This is gonna be interesting crossing this little roadway. I may have to use the suicide lane to. Oh no, here we go. I think I found my spot. And it's here.
And no, Brian, I don't think North Dakota has a Mardi Gras, but we do. So
The Catholic schools get Mardi Gras off. And actually at the high school over Mardi Gras on the weekend in the gym they have games and stuff like that. It's pretty lame. I've only been there a couple times, and it's nothing compared to what New Orleans does. But yeah, the water. Look down there.
Oh yeah.
The water is really, really coming in. I don't know, what was the name of the tropical storm? Diego? Or not tropical.
No, the winter storm Diego is what's happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting it too.
And yeah, we have, Brian, we have seen a number of abandoned buildings along the way. In fact, when we started the video, we pulled into a gas station and there was a
plant store.
There was a abandoned carpet store that we were parked right in front of. The first 10 minutes of the video was a shot of the front of an abandoned carpet store, but it was attached to a gas station, so I think somebody would notice if we'd gone in there. Yeah, we were watching some coverage of Winter Storm Diego last night. So we're back in condominium land again.
Yeah, we figured these are probably timeshares.
Hey Dave, I'm sorry, I forgot to send you a message. And I had plenty of time to do it too.
Dave as in Mr. Realtor, Dave?
Dave from Hattiesburg. area.
Yeah, Dave with the
601 Travels.
His wife has the lovely.
Oh, the British accent, yes.
The British accent.
Yes.
He tells us about the lovely homes for sale
in Detroit.
Detroit and Chicago. Wow.
Yeah, it should have sent out a notification. Of course, Brian, I know you know how that works. I get notifications about your live streams 2 hours after they happen, which is why I miss them half the time.
And we had kind of short notice for this one, so we apologize.
Yeah, this one we just turned on the camera. You know, it wasn't really planned. Some interesting homes beautiful. Along here.
Gated community.
I think a lot of this is timeshares.
No, I think there's okay, these are condominiums. But I think the gated one, those look like single family homes. Maybe when we grow up, we'll sell both of the houses in the New Orleans area and buy a house back there. But I would rather live in South Florida.
The thing is we would have to continue to work to pay the condo fees and the insurance.
Well, that's why I would so I'm gonna continue straight, correct?
Yeah, you're gonna continue straight to well, actually Foley. Hang on, guys, I gotta look at a map because I don't know where this goes. We don't want to go to the Dauphin Island Ferry because that could take days. Now we came to Florida to meet up with Dan Bell for a UFO Watch Party in Gulf Breeze.
But it got rained out. UFOs didn't come. And
yeah, no UFOs came. Nobody got abducted. And
next time we come, that's the Hampton we're gonna be staying at.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that one day. Just come here during the summer when it's warm and we can go into the water.
And the Rotolas. Wow.
So we're in Orange Beach.
And a Rouse's.
Oh, we haven't gotten to Gulf Shores yet.
Wow, we are almost like in New Orleans. There's a Rouse's.
Okay, when we get to Gulf Shores, we take a right on Gulf Shores Parkway.
Okay.
So that's another 20 miles or so, I guess. So we got a good ways to go.
Walmart neighborhood market.
Let me switch back over to chat. And nobody said anything, so.
And I apologize if I missed anybody's comment. I was just.
I was replying to them, the
you.
ones that you were missing. I was
yeah,
typing them in.
I was just, walking.
It's hard to follow the chat on the screen, so I have a second phone open. That's how I follow the chat. And Brian, I have not had any bells untapped. The bells are still tapped as far as, I can see. I just don't get the notifications. The only channel I get consistent notifications for is for Roadway Wiz, but he uploads 3 videos every morning, like clockwork. So I really don't even need notifications for those. But I get his right on time, but that's really the only ones. Adventure Island.
It looks like this whole place is abandoned. There's a few cars in some of these.
I think this place is largely abandoned during the winter time.
This seems to be a place where people come during the summer, and you think of Florida and Alabama as places where people go for the winter.
Yep.
But you have to go to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Sanibel Island, way down into southern Florida, Tampa.
Yeah, that's where it stays warm all the time.
Yeah. See, and I don't know if any of you know, and I'm going to tell you, I'm trying to be like an orchid grower. I have a lot of a lot of orchids, probably more than I should have. You know, Florida is where they most of the orchids that are grown in the continental U.S. are grown in Florida. So, you know, I was hoping that we could stop somewhere to find orchids, but in northern Florida, I didn't see any places that had any orchids.
So Wellington Lopez says it's 36 degrees in New Jersey, but 18 in Sussex County, New Jersey.
Whoa.
That's freaking cold. I'm glad it doesn't really ever get that cold here. It did last year for a couple of days,
but 18.
Well, we hit 20, and it stayed there for 3 days. Oh, look, there's a Hilton Garden Inn. Yeah.
Stay there too.
Looks like it's under renovation. There's like no cars in the parking lot.
Well, but right now is the time.
Yeah, it's Sunday afternoon. Yeah, winter time and.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing but benefits.
Hotel Indigo.
Oh, those are considered are those considered?
No, Indigo is something else. I think it's Holiday Inn, IHG or whatever. So we went to Gulf Breeze. We got a city drive in Gulf Breeze that'll go live next Saturday. We did not get any UFOs, unfortunately. And we decided, I was hoping that Dan Bell was going to be doing some filming and I was going to try and get some behind the scenes video, but you know, we decided to keep the cameras off and just hang out.
It was more fun.
And it was,
the
yeah.
way we did it.
And we met some nice people there.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple that lives in Massachusetts, and they're
migrating to Florida.
Right. No, this is Alabama State Park. I didn't see what it was, but that was what the bridge. Water over road, so I guess we're gonna.
That means it's gonna be flooded. It's like those heat. Well, only during the summer you see those heat mirages. That makes it look like the road's flooded up ahead. So we got 10 people watching. Everybody give us a thumbs up if you're still with us.
And thank you for, you know, I mean,
or if you think this stream sucks, give us a thumbs down. We don't care.
No, we like thumbs up. You know, thumbs up are better.
Yeah.
We gotta be positive.
Gulf State Park. There's lots of big dunes here.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
With stuff growing on them. Those have been there for decades. Can't even see the beach because of the
big sand dunes.
Yeah.
I bet after big hurricanes they have to come through and like with the snowplow almost.
All right, we got 4 thumbs up.
Thanks, guys.
And we got 12 people watching.
You guys are so awesome.
Lodge, left lane.
Oh,
I guess this is the lodge.
Yeah.
It looks like it's not quite complete.
Yeah. Looks like it's gonna be nice though. The lodge. I think putting the signage up is a bit premature. If the owner of the lodge is watching this, and maybe like cover those up for now.
Well, thank you, Jason, and we watch your videos too. So. If you, for those of you that have channels, we watch on a Roku on TV, so sometimes it's kind of hard for us to comment because we're lazy and we're just watching on TV.
We do it like when we're
laying in bed, you know.
We just got home
watching TV.
And we're like half alive.
Yes, we are in Orange Beach, Alabama right now, Brian.
In the land of all the condominiums.
Yes, and we're back in condo land. I've actually stayed, it wasn't here, it was in Destin. Me and my neighbors went in on a weekend post Labor Day, so it was cheap. This gigantic condo building that was like 26 floors, and we got a condo up on the 24th floor for the weekend. And it was a good hike to the beach, but man, the view from the balcony, we spent more time on the balcony than we did out on the beach. And you know, it was mid to late September, but it was warm.
Yeah, we usually...
Yep, Destin, Florida. That was probably 7 or 8 years ago. I think we paid $180 for the weekend for a condominium.
But you split it up.
Split between, well, yeah, but no, I mean, it was...
On New Orleans Original Snowballs.
Actually, that might have been my share. We got a Hooters. Okay, this is the party area, I guess. We're getting into Gulf Shores. Phoenix All Suites Hotel. I think I've actually read TripAdvisor reviews on that place.
Positive, negative.
Beach, I don't remember. Beach view condominiums. I bet you don't get much of a beach view at this place. So it's only 3 stories, and it's across the street from the beach, and there's a condominium building in the way.
There are 2 surf styles within a block of each other.
You know, yesterday when I was driving around trying to get road video, because I did a city video, city drive type video of Gulf Breeze. I did Pensacola Beach, and it was kind of raining. I did downtown Pensacola, and if I would have had more time, I would have driven further east. I would have liked to have gotten down to Mexico City Beach, where the hurricane hit a couple of months ago, just to see. Yeah, left lane. I would have liked to have seen exactly how that's progressing.
Another surf style?
2 of the guys that were at the meetup last night drove in on I-10 from, I guess, Tallahassee, or maybe even further east than that. But they said that along I-10, there was trees down, and you could see where they had just cut right along the edge of the road, you know, to clear the highway. And it looked like a nuclear bomb had gone off.
Yeah, they showed us some pictures.
And I-10 is a good distance from the beach. So, you know, US 98 would have probably...
No, US 98, doesn't US 98 turn?
No, US 98 follows the beach all the way to where it goes south.
Yeah, but then it turns and it goes down towards, because it doesn't end in West Palm Beach.
I thought 98 went all the way to Fort Lauderdale. It goes down and across Florida. Down somewhere in the south. It goes way down there.
I mean, 90 and 98 both go way south.
No, 90 goes to Jacksonville. 90 follows I-10. 98 takes a weird path. That's why it's a higher number, because it goes down into South Florida. Yeah. So yeah, this is still a party area. We got liquor stores and snowball stands, and
I haven't seen any drive-through daiquiri shops. They must not.
I don't think they do that in Alabama. I think that's a Louisiana thing. Yeah. Paradise Isle vacation rentals.
What they do in Louisiana, you know, you're not supposed to be drinking and driving, so they give you a cover for your cup and 2 straws. So,
you're not allowed to punch the straw through the hole in the cup, because then it becomes an open container and you can get busted for...
So you can very quickly switch it, you know, hide, get rid of, eat, I don't know, the hole punched cup, and put the virgin cup and have the straw that
you get the extra lid.
Yeah, and that is what they do. That they just do that. You don't even have to ask for it.
Yep.
You know, they just give it to you. That was one of the first things that I noticed. I found kind of odd when I moved to Baton Rouge. You know, and I was going to LSU, and I lived in the party area right near LSU, and we had a drive-through liquor. Or a drive-through daiquiri stand, and I went there to celebrate my first A on my first real engineering class exam. And
I don't think I've been to a drive-through daiquiri shop since I've been old enough to drink.
Serious? Oh wow.
Yeah, when I was 17, 18, 19 years old, we used to go to the drive-through daiquiri shops all the time, and it never ID'd me because I looked 10 years older than I was.
Look at the colors. Oh, wow. I love these.
It's very colorful. All these pastel colors.
See, and these, a lot of these are single, there's a couple single families. It's reminiscent of Grand Isle. They have names.
Yeah, except Grand Isle's camps are not as
fancy.
Well, some of them are, and Grand Isle has actually, since Hurricane Katrina, Grand Isle has like mansions on stilts now.
Yeah. Well, look at.
They have some really nice camps.
And they have names, you know.
Oh, they all have names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm.
Oh, these have names too. That one's Beehive, B-H-I-V-E.
But these have
Porter's
names too.
Mark. Yeah, they do name them.
Some of the.
I don't think they
ones
call them camps here though. They're just beach condos here.
Yeah.
The
Look at
Kales.
the
Conch out, C-O-N-C-H-O-U-T.
magenta. Wow.
Chevis by the Sea.
Purple.
Dream Big.
Oh, I see a couple of them where they just paint the very front of the house.
Soulmate, S-O-L.
That's good. The side.
Fins up.
They paint the front of the house and then the side of the house. I've seen 3 houses that did this so far. Oh no, here comes a little bit of rain. Sorry about that, guys. They paint the front of the house to make it look, you know, go with the colors, but the sides of the house are still, you know, weathered and.
Yeah, they just don't keep them up as much.
Yeah. Oh,
Daydream
I love
Hideaway.
That green and lavender color. Some of these colors you wouldn't think go well together, do. All right, so the Lee Callaway Bridge. We can't fish or jump from this bridge. Darn it. I was going to test the waterproofness of the iPhone. We're entering an Alabama beach mouse habitat. That's what that sign
Beach
said.
mouse habitat?
Yes.
That's something they want to protect?
We cannot. We gotta look for mice running across the road.
All right, Brian. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on your next live stream, hopefully. Are you still doing Monday live at 5, or is that Monday you're doing that? I think he's already gone. Anyway, everybody check out Rogue Exploration. He does Urbex. He does
Lots of live streams.
he does
he's
lots
fun.
of live streams, but I think his thing now is Monday live at 5 Central Time. Beautiful Rust has a very interesting channel. He is in Virginia. 601 Travels does similar videos to what we do, but he does some neighborhood tours of some neighborhoods that a lot of people never get to see. Yeah, neighborhoods. And
look at that house. Holy cow.
he does a little bit of urban exploration. Of course, Roadway Wiz, he's up in the Northeast, New York State, and various places. He goes all over the country and does road trip videos. Who am I missing?
Did Neff come up? I thought I saw
No, I did not see Neff.
I see some damage there.
Oh wow.
A lot of it.
Oh wow, yeah, that's
Did they get hit?
pretty. I don't know. There wasn't anything anywhere near here recently. That might be old damage that they just never got around to fixing.
I mean, these have all their shutter things pulled down, and they maybe just leave them for the season. But if you look over there on the south side of the houses, a lot of them have that one has a lot of damage too. But on the south side of these houses, they have the hurricane shutters closed.
Overturned portalet. Porter John.
That is a
I hope nobody's in it.
biohazard.
That could make quite a mess. It's been windy here.
Wow.
Yeah, they have some big houses along here.
I would give anything to be able to live in a place like this. See, I almost want to think that this may have been the road that we came.
Well, I'm
down
sure it
on.
was if it connected with Florida.
Yeah.
This is the only road that connects with Florida. It's on the beach.
But I just thought
Now, just
we
for
were in
anybody that
Florida.
doesn't want a barrier island, and there's water there between the barrier island and the mainland, and the Gulf of Mexico is, yeah, there's a dune, really a levee.
Yeah, they put that there on intentionally to protect houses like
There's something under construction there.
and that needs a little work.
But that's why all these houses are on pilings. They have to be up on stilts because when the storms come in off the Gulf, the water washes over that levee if it gets bad enough, and you don't want anything on the ground that you want to keep.
Yeah, if you and they're doing that in like coastal Mississippi now. I don't know if you've watched if we've done it. Well, like, when
We've got some video along the Mississippi Gulf Coast where the new houses are 20 feet off the ground.
20 feet up, they get elevators.
These houses are only about 10, 12 feet up.
They're just barely higher than the levee, and then they have a thing like literally right out their back door.
Yep.
To the beach.
And we are headed for New Orleans eventually. We're just taking the scenic route. We just wanted to come along here because I had never been along this particular road.
And it has changed a great deal since I've last been here.
Well, that's the thing about these places is they change every 20 years or so when those big hurricanes come in. Because a lot of stuff gets wiped out or gets damaged to the point where it needs to be knocked down and something new gets built. So you don't have any really, really old houses along here because
here's the
they just dead end.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we missed a turn somewhere.
Well, I thought we were supposed to turn back at that light.
Well, yeah, it looks like we're coming up on a gated community and Alabama 182. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to look at a map and figure out where the hell we are and how we get.
Okay, so I'm just gonna turn around. There's no way around.
Yeah, just make a U-turn.
Wow. 6 bedroom.
Pulling into these people's driveway here.
It's for sale.
Oh, for sale.
6 bedrooms.
6 bedrooms.
That's perfect for you and
I'm gonna guess 450,000.
No, I'm gonna guess 700.
You think? Well, 6 bedrooms. I mean, you put an Airbnb in there, and you could probably make $2,000 a night. Okay, so we're gonna head back east to.
I think we're gonna have to take.
Gulf Shores Parkway.
That toll road.
Is that a toll road? I hope they take cash.
Yeah, they did.
So Gulf Shores Parkway is. Don't recenter the map.
Oh, these are rentals. 5 bedrooms rent. For sale.
I'm just gonna have Waze navigate us there.
Let's take West Beach Boulevard, Gulf Shores. Continue straight for 11 minutes
6
to
miles.
Gulf Shores Parkway.
Okay. But now we get to look at these cool houses again.
That looks like.
That one, bad damage on that one.
Yeah, no siding
I don't
left.
even think anybody lives in it because I didn't see any furniture or appliances in it.
See, I think a lot of elderly people or retired people buy property out here and they just come out for the summer. They come out, periodically, and then they get old to the point where they can't maintain them anymore. And if they don't have any family that wants to take over, they just let it go.
They just sit, yeah.
And as long as they pay the property tax on it, nothing happens to it.
There's another example right there.
That one's kind of weathered, but I think it looks livable. It's got roll-down shutters.
But, I mean, look, the driveway doesn't even look like it has been.
Yeah, nobody's been there
on
for a while.
For a while, yeah. Yeah, a lot of these are rentals.
Well, at least it didn't start raining until we got past the point where I wanted to get videos. So
Yeah.
we got the GoPro running. So we'll eventually have a video coming up.
4 levels and then upstairs.
That's so you can see the beach.
That's,
There's not much on the top floor.
no,
but a
and
big
the
balcony.
bottom is the, you know, the garage and the sacrificial level. Speeding it.
Yeah, the buildings that have a ground floor, the walls are designed to break away if a storm surge comes in, so that the whole house
That's the
doesn't go
perfect
down. That
example
right
right
there has reconnect. Okay, hopefully we're getting out. YouTube.
These are so pretty. Oh wow.
Okay, we're broadcasting again. We lost our signal
Sorry
for a
about that,
second there.
guys.
I can't believe how amazingly good, you know, I'm watching this on my phone. I can't believe how amazingly good the signal is out here.
How was it when I was watching?
It was great. It was really, somebody commented, or was asking what we were filming with. And this phone is capable of filming 4K. I don't think it does for live streams because I think YouTube limits it to 720p. But,
I have it set so that it films 4K.
no, but I think YouTube limits
Yeah,
live
yeah,
streams to 720p or
yeah.
maybe 1080p if you got a strong signal. But I don't. But the picture, at least on my phone, is really good. Well, now it's not. I think we are getting kind of a bad signal right now.
Well, I think these condos should maybe have cellular. Yeah, this is where we were. It says private beaches, no public access, but we asked people if we could park there and go on their beach, and they said, yeah, go ahead, and we did. So yeah, actually, Lexi and I were here. This was the beach that we were at.
Yeah, I think the video's a little choppy. I think our signal is getting a little weak. But hopefully it'll clear up as we get back towards Gulf Shores.
civilization. Yes. These are all for sale or rent. And oh God, I love the colors.
Well, most of the people that don't
These
live
are
out here, when they're not
so
at their summer homes, they rent them out. Or we're going back over the Lee Calloway Bridge.
And once again, it tells me I cannot jump over it. I don't know why. There's a barge.
Yeah, I saw that when we were coming through before. Lagoon Pass Park. Okay, looks like the signal cleared up a little bit.
I saw a red flag flying. That means rough seas.
Yeah, I think so. That means stay out of the water.
And besides, it's too cold.
That might even be a gale warning. I'm not, I used to know all that. Yeah, it looks like it's gotten better. We got a strong signal again. That camp was named Lanyap 2. You know, that's somebody from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Summers Point, Seafoam,
Now here's a
the
public
Crow's
beach
Nest.
here. If I had a public beach access that was much closer, like this one, I'd have done this one, but I love everything.
Shove us by the sea. Lunacy. L-U-N-A-S-E-A. Lunacy.
That's something I bet Brian, if he could have a beach house, he would name it that. In a rogue exploration.
Yep. Porter's Mark. Pleasure Bay.
The
Sand Crab. Sundance. A
Not
twist
named
of
yet.
lime and it's painted green.
Tuck horizontal slots. That blue's real nice. It's a nice deep blue. Kind of a nail polish instead of color.
Wave Watch. Lemonade stand painted yellow.
That's cute.
Dreamscape.
Tomorrow's garbage day, I bet. And that's how we can tell which of these are
Oh yeah, who's got
occupied.
their garbage
Who has
out?
their garbage put out. Okay, so we're in the souvenir area. So I bet we're gonna be turning soon.
1.6 mile, 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a left. Moonraker.
Public beach access.
Up, Terrell Max with us.
Hey, what's going on? We are in Alabama, right by the Gulf Coast.
Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Yep. We're on the barrier island between
The Gulf and the mainland.
yeah, I don't know what, well, it's Gulf.
The
I don't know what that Gulf is called.
it's something sound.
Yeah. Perdido Sound, isn't it?
It may very well be. Although I thought Perdido Sound was closer to Pensacola.
Yeah. Would Alabama allow that? I mean, they'd probably say roll tide roll sound.
What about the McDonald's experience, Terrell? .9 miles.
I thought that said Pier 33 groceries, beach shop, and guns.
Oh,
When I first looked at it,
this is
I was like,
Alabama.
wow, true one-stop shopping.
We had a
Is
bad
it this
McDonald's. No, we got another mile. We had a bad McDonald's experience in, what was it, Livingston, Alabama?
Yes.
It wasn't, we didn't get sick or anything. It's just the service was horrible. The order was completely wrong. The only other table in the place,
There
their
were-
topic of conversation was how wrong their order was, and the employees just didn't care.
Every table was dirty.
Yeah, it was just, you know,
And I ordered
a very poorly
large
run
sweet
McDonald's.
tea, and there was no sweet tea in the lobby, and so I went up to the desk, and I asked, told the cashier, I said that they were, out of sweet tea in the lobby, and she said, I know.
Yep,
And
I know.
went, okay, but I ordered sweet tea, so if you didn't have any,
In 1,000 feet, turn left on Gulf Shores
why
Parkway.
didn't you just give me some from the thing that you have that you give to people on, Highway
Next
59?
light.
All right.
Yep. All right, so now we're getting away from the beach.
See, two surf styles. Kitty
Oh, wow.
corner from
Yep.
each other.
Right across.
Turn left on
Oh,
Gulf
Alvin. They
Shores
got an
Parkway.
Alvin's Island
Tropical
Tropical Department
Department
Store.
Swing dance night. I wonder what that means.
That
Is that still, is that back?
old people, I
The
think.
swing dancing where they like throw people over their heads and remember that? It was
Yeah,
in
maybe.
The 90s, very early 2000s.
1940s. That was the thing.
Well, no, but then it came back very briefly. 'Cause
The
I
Brian-
remember it.
Brian
You've
sets
arrived
our
at your
orchestra.
destination.
Okay, so we're back on track. So now we're heading north to I-10. Well, this is interesting.
Yeah. Look at that diner. That's kind of cool.
That's something we don't see
Another
too much
surf
down
style.
south. Well, surf style's a big thing down here. Yeah, we had to turn the GPS on because we missed our turn and we wound up at a dead end at the end of the island. So
In a
I was just trying to get us back onto the right highway.
So didn't want to. I mean, they wouldn't have let us in there anyway. But okay.
You just punch in 1, 2, 3, 4 into the keypad and it lets you in most of the time.
Usually, I thought it was usually the date and then star.
I don't know. When I was a pizza delivery driver, and this is 25 years ago now. Either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 4, 6, 8 got us into
I don't know what the speed limit is.
most gated communities.
Should be fast.
No, I just said we're arriving because I was just trying to get us back to this highway. We aren't. We're still 150 miles from our destination.
And we're
Once we get on I-10,
looking
I don't
for
need
flower
GPS.
shops because I'm crazy Cajun.
TCBY. I haven't seen one of them in a long time.
Me neither.
I didn't know they still existed.
Nor did I.
Hey, you gonna go straight all the way to I-10?
Yeah, I know, but these people. I mean, I'm slow. You know, people are
Another
riding
Rouse's.
my. It's like we're in Louisiana.
Yep.
Wow.
They've expanded.
Big time. But
And
they
Ace
only have, like,
Hardware.
Hubble
That's
and
something you don't see
Baton
too
Rouge.
often.
Wow, this is really built up and nice.
Yep. Hampton Inn.
And
Precision Ink Tattoos. Al's Liquor. Tobacco, wine, and cigars.
Those are two places to have right next to each other.
Yep.
That's a great idea. A liquor store.
You get all liquored up and you go get a tattoo.
Yeah. I
All right.
remember my first piercing that I got. I cheated, and I took a painkiller beforehand.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the live stream because my arm is getting tired of holding up the gimbal.
And it's raining. And
Yeah, it's raining, so. And I think we've seen all the scenic part, but I want to thank everybody for joining us today.
Yes,
We still got
thank you
12
all
people
very, very
watching.
much.
If you liked it, give us a thumbs up if you haven't already.
And leave in the comment section, you know, we can't, because, you know, Christmas this year falls where we could theoretically make it a, you know,
4-day weekend, yeah.
And so if anybody can think of anything that, you know, we haven't done already, but is nearby that, you know, maybe you'd want to see, leave it in the comment section.
Yeah, let us know.
I mean, we have a series that we haven't started yet, that's mostly done, but we won't be able to finish it until spring because it
involves winter road
it
closures.
involves winter road closures, and probably the storm yesterday probably shut it down for the season if it hadn't already been done.
But yeah, look for some city drives around the Pensacola area over the next 2 weeks. This trip we just took along the coast will eventually be a series. We're gonna finish up I-59, and then we might jump into some other stuff. We actually went all the way to Roanoke, Virginia on that trip, you know, which went way beyond the end of I-59, but we might take a break from that just to do some other stuff. I'm going to try and get some stuff around New Orleans.
We haven't been near for quite a while.
Yeah, we haven't done any New Orleans videos, which a lot of people like to see. So we're going to try and do some New Orleans neighborhoods or streets of New Orleans, something like that.
There are a lot that we haven't. I mean, we've seen a lot of New Orleans neighborhoods, but there are a lot that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's
and
40-something official neighborhoods in New Orleans, so one day we'd like to get all of them. I did Little Woods. Well, no, I didn't do Little Woods. We did the drive along the lake. But yeah, Little Woods in New Orleans East actually would probably be some of the easier ones to do. But yeah, Terrell, I'll definitely try to get out to the east and get some of the neighborhoods out there, see how they look, because I haven't really been out there in years, you know, into the neighborhoods, so I don't really know what they look like. Hell, there might be 73 neighborhoods. That's the City Planning Commission's invention.
Now, you know, if we see a Home Depot or a Lowe's or a flower shop, we're going to stop. So.
All right. Well, we're going to shut it down for now. Thanks, everybody, for joining us again. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure and subscribe. And be sure to join us for our next 504 road trip. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.